And you're
Hello.
here.
I'm here.
So, chat, please welcome in the Witch of the Wood.
Hello,
Yay.
hello.
How are you doing today, love?
I'm doing good. Good,
That's
good. Just trying to enjoy the day off for
yeah.
work. So,
Yeah, I was so grateful. So I don't a lot of people don't know this, but like I started reaching out to like a couple people at a time to start doing this like talk segment here. And I know a couple people that I wanted on the show have like 9 to 5 jobs, which
Mhm.
is hard to make work when it's, when I'm streaming from 2:30 to 6:30. um,
Exactly.
and so she was like, "Wait, I think I have Good Friday off." So I'm very, very
It was
grateful.
like, it was one of those things where it was either I had Good Friday off or Easter Monday off. And
Mm.
so I was like, I hope it's Good Friday.
Yeah. And if anything, like in the future, I might make exceptions for people who have random days like that, where it's like, oh, I have Monday off or Wednesday. But this is only the fifth quote episode of Akko Talk about it.
Hey, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm
That's so
excited. Um, so yeah, I kind of have this spiel, if you will, and I'll always chat. Please, please, please do command witch if you want to learn more about witch's content. It is her link tree.
yeah.
Yes. And so you can always, always, always find the links in chat if you do command which. And also, I believe there's a dynamic follow button on the screen.
Yes, there is. I saw it and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Right? Yeah.
I love it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody's so like technologically much more advanced than me. Like,
Oh my goodness. So like the biggest thing that I want to start with here is please kind of in case people in my chat don't know who you are, which is very, very possible.
very possible.
It's very, very possible because all of the communication we have is fairly private actually.
That's
Um
true.
and
That's true. Mostly Discord.
yeah, and so please let them know, like, tell us about your channel, the types of things that you stream, and then we'll kind of go on from there. Start with the channel, your Twitch channel.
Okay, so my Twitch channel is Witch of the Wood. I have been, I think it's officially 1 year since I started streaming. I know that I started streaming like just before my birthday, which is on the 28th of this month. So I think it's like here. So I've been doing it for a year. I'm kind of just more like casual. I want to use it to connect with people because I'm a major introvert and I don't really have like a lot of like IRL friends. So it's like a way for me to like connect with people and get to know people. And I've already like made so many like more internet friends and stuff. And um I typically I kind of play everything, but I really like to focus on horror just because it's my favorite. So yeah, so I play a lot of horror and yeah, just that's kind of like it. We also do a thing called house hunting, which
Mm.
is when I find like ridiculous, like either ugly or beautiful or just like over the top houses for sale, and then like chat
Yes.
and I like judge them accordingly.
That's
It's
okay.
really fun.
That is
Oh,
one of
thank you
my
for that,
favorite
Joe.
things. Oh, yes. Happy birthday early.
Thank you.
That is one of my favorite things about your streams. And so, like, I don't catch your streams terribly often, but when I do, it's usually toward the end and you're like finishing up a game and then you do house hunting. And so that was actually kind of one of the things I wanted to ask you about is like, how did that come to be? How did the house hunting thing just happen on your channel?
Um, so how did it even like I like fell into like that Zillow Gone Wild thing and I like used to like troll their Instagram and stuff and I always liked it when people posted like weird things like weird houses for sale
Huh.
and I am in like the real estate side in real life.
Okay.
So I really like looking at houses and I believe it was like a donkey video, like video game donkey did like a YouTube video where he was like looking at like this ridiculous house for sale and I was like, I could do that on my channel. That's amazing. So,
That it's great content. I don't know of any other streamers who do that. And
oh,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you
you.
do. I don't know though. any other streamers who do that.
I don't really like I've seen like a couple people kind of like dabble in it like after like I started, not saying that I started it, like not at all. Like I just like it was something that I noticed. I was just like, "Oh, okay, good. I'm not like alone, but
But honestly, it's so much fun, and I'm glad that you kind of started to bring in your life. Like, so by the way, chat, I tend to send my guests just a little bit of the things we'll be going over, so they have an idea. They're not totally blind coming into this chat. So one of the things in that list is usually life details, whatever they want to share, because a lot of people, a lot of content creators are not comfortable sharing things that they don't typically share. But since you mentioned it, so you said you're in real estate. I actually don't know anything about what you do and like how like, and I've had a feeling that maybe the house hunting and maybe you were interior designer or something. Like I legitimately had no idea like what you do outside of your content.
I designed one. I didn't design. I decorated one apartment once at my last job. It was awful because I had like a $600 budget and
Oh.
it was a really tiny place and I only had like an IKEA budget and I wasn't really allowed to like go like look at anything. It ended up ugly.
Oh
And so
no.
but no,
Oh.
I used to be in property management. We rented to celebrities who were here in town filming for
Oh.
TV shows and movies and stuff like that because I live in Toronto, which is like a huge like film hub.
Mhm.
And so we got a lot of that, like production people, everything. So like I got the crazy like sometimes I got like a phone call from Billy Zane once. I got a phone call from Ann Dowd. I like there's
That's
like a couple other
incredible.
like big name people that like I was like talking to their assistants
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah.
Okay, that's way more juicy than I even thought we were gonna get. Which that's cool. That is really cool.
It was really cool. The nicest person that I met is Doug Jones. He is a saint. He's an angel.
Did you hear Trish?
I got to I did
She yelled.
I got to
Oh.
hang out with him when he was moving out. Hung out with him for a little bit while he was waiting for his taxi.
Aw.
And it was so like he like did this thing like when he shook my hand, he like he kind like he kissed it, but like it wasn't like I think that if he knew that like it would have made me uncomfortable, he wouldn't have done it. Like, you know what I mean? But like he was just like very touchy, but like not in like a creepy way. Like he
Mm.
wasn't like overbearing. Like he was just very warm and like kind of like a really nice like family friend. You know what I mean? That you could like trust. Like he was very nice.
I've
Aw.
never been more jealous of somebody than I am in this moment. I just
He's
need to say
wonderful.
that.
I loved it.
We love Doug Jones in this house. We just
He's wonderful. I fully am very. I ended up getting uh like he ended up leaving somebody on set of the Star Trek show that he's on
Oh.
is sober. So and owns like a wine vineyard that like does like non-alcoholic wines. And he like left one and I like messaged him. I'm like, "Hey, you left this." And he was like, "You can have it. It's fine." So we have that.
It would be like we're never touching this. It's
Yeah,
not.
exactly. Like it's in like our cupboard. We had it out for a little while, but we don't have like a lot of counter space, but yeah, we have it.
That's incredible. What like I
I
don't I love the stories that come out of doing these chats. Is like I have so many ideas of like general things I want to ask people and then like stories like this happen.
yeah.
I love it. Oh, and thank you for your follow kilometers, Davis. Thank you so much for that.
That's my husband.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
It's I was gonna say the witchy hub. I don't know. That doesn't work.
Yes,
The witchy hub? That's no.
that works. Yeah,
It's,
he's my husband.
did you say husbot?
I did.
Okay, that's adorable.
Hi, Beta. I love you.
Beta's been asking me
Oh
what
my
time you're
God.
going to be on the show ever since I announced last week that you were going to be on this week's show.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh my God.
But honestly, like, so the first handful of people that I, if you know, quote booked for my Friday chats, like I haven't. It's been kind of a mix of people I know really well, and then people I want to know more about, and I want to know more. Witchy hubby. Yeah, it works. You'll be meeting.
It does work. I love it.
Yes, Kenway. That's incredible that you get to meet
I
Doug
can
Jones.
wait. Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
that's awesome. And so it's been interesting because you're one of the first people I've had on, and like last week was a first too. She was somebody I had never spoken with in real time, but we lurk in each other's streams a lot. Ariella, who's a music and game streamer. And so with you, it's actually a bit different because we have talked a lot more offline because of
It's true.
Beta's book club.
Yes.
And do you remember at what point, like, because I don't remember how we met. Was it the book club? But I feel like I knew who you were before the book club.
No.
Maybe
So
not. I don't know.
I've been friends with Highlash Jess
Okay.
for years, like years. We
Okay.
met in a last podcast on the left group, and there's like a bunch of like spin-offs of that group and stuff. And so I've known Jess for years.
Okay.
And I remember like wanting to get started in streaming, and I like kind of like watched her grow and stuff. I'm so proud of her. I love her. And then when I started, like I was kind of like adding people that like I was like, oh, like they have like a cool vibe and very similar. So like I was following people. So I remember following you and Beta and stuff. And then like yeah, we didn't really talk too much until like the book club.
Yeah.
Which is fine, like understandable.
Yeah.
Like,
I couldn't remember what the paper trail is. I always like learning if the guest remembers. It's not usually me. My memory is for shit. So it's not normally me. It's normally the other person who remembers who met who. But yeah, I met Lash because of the Underworld stream team.
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, because her and Raven were the two that co-founded the Underworld. And so that kind of opened up a whole lot of people, including Jess and like Joy, just like so many people. And I think Beta is the person who turned me on to Raven. Like it's just this whole big spider web lineage of.
It's true.
But I love it. So question, going back to streaming. So you were watching, Highlash and people kind of in your circle start streaming. What made you want to get into it as well?
So back home, I'm from Salt Lake originally, and back home I used to be on a podcast, and I was on that for like a few years, and I really liked being able to like connect with people like that and be able to be like weird and just like it was a great way for me to like make friends. Because I'm seriously like I'm a giant introvert. I'm sweating so much. I don't know why.
You're just like sitting here.
Everybody watch me sweat in real time.
That's what Twitch is about.
But yeah, so like I used to do a podcast, and I really liked the connections. I really liked the things that it opened me up to. Like I used to participate a lot in Salt Lake Comic-Con
Okay.
back when I was there, and I did like panels, and I really liked talking to people and kind of just being in those kind of like spaces. And like yeah, so I figured it was kind of like the next evolution, because like I have a hard time like doing like camera talking unless it's like live. Like if it's like, you know what I mean? Like if I have to like record myself for something, I'm terrible. Like I'm so bad. I don't like to look at myself. But like if it's like a live thing, like, and it's kind of like I can kind of just pretend it's another person.
Yeah.
So and I'm a really new gamer. Like I only started gaming in like 2018, I think. Like I played I think I played like a game or two in 2017, but I really didn't start until like God of War, I think, came out.
Nice.
Then that's what really like set me off. And yeah, like I really I like gaming, and I like meeting people. So.
Games are fun, okay?
They are fun.
Yeah, no, you say you're a new gamer, but listen, I did not play a game other than my PlayStation 2 until 2020. So you still got me beat by a long shot.
Like I didn't really, like when I was a kid, I didn't really play anything other than like what was it, daycare? They had like I think they had like a Super Nintendo at daycare when I was a kid, and that's kind of it.
Yeah. Like I grew up with a PlayStation and then we got a PlayStation 2. And then like
Wow.
when I was in college, my parents got a Wii, so I didn't really like play it that much. And Trish, you were the
Mhm.
same way. You had consoles growing up as well.
Yeah, I had all the original Nintendo consoles and Atari and a Sega Genesis, and then a PlayStation 1 and 2, and then yeah, that's pretty much the
Oh,
drop off that
wow.
happened. And then I
Yeah.
bought a Switch in 2020 and
And then
haven't really put it down.
And then I got jealous of her Switch and chat.
The Switch is so good.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, I did take the PS2 with me, and I was with somebody who had an Xbox for a while, but I wasn't really actively playing any Xbox games. But I did. Me and my dad played a lot of Tomb Raider in the
Ooh.
late 90s, early 2000s, and I was just like the game guide person, you know? Like he was
Yeah.
playing it, but I was sitting on the couch with the game guide.
Yes. Yeah.
But ironically, I was gifted a Spyro plushie from Throne, and it came in the
I
mail
saw.
today.
I was lurking while I was like doing dishes and like stuff, and I saw you unbox it. It's
Yeah.
so cute.
I have to bring it back because it's just stupid. If anybody missed this, I didn't realize it came in the mail today, and it was like this mystery box. And somebody who has been in our chat named Mark Rides, he purchased this for me like
Oh,
weeks
that's so nice.
like weeks ago, and it vibrates. I don't know why, but I needed it, I guess. it's so Mark Rides.
That's amazing.
Yeah, is responsible for this, and I haven't messed with the battery pack yet because there's instructions. I don't want to mess it up. But yeah,
Interesting.
so we had.
Does he talk?
No, it just vibrates. I don't know why. I know. I don't make the rules. All right. I just. It says hug me, huggable, try me, shake action.
Oh.
But also Trish is trying to get it to work. But also like there was a version that didn't shake, but also it also on Throne it says vibrate. It doesn't say shake. It says that it vibrates. Anyway,
Vibrate.
it's real sus. But I had to have it. And so I added it to my
He's so
Throne.
cute.
I know. And he has little purple eyes. He looks a little bit bluer on screen, but he's purple.
I love him.
I love him too.
Did Elijah Wood voice Spyro? I know that he's had like a bunch of like famous voices.
I don't know, but Trish is already Googling it because
Okay.
that's not what I thought was going to pop up.
I googled the voice of Spyro and Justin Long popped up first.
Justin Long? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah. Huh. So
Elijah Wood did provide the voice of Spyro.
Was it in Skylanders?
It doesn't tell me that
Oh, it
information.
doesn't tell you that.
Damn.
that was too specific.
That was
Witch.
too specific for the casual Google drop down answer.
Dang it. Dang it.
But what's funny is like when you said like I'm a newer gamer, I wholeheartedly expected you to say like 2020 or something.
No,
but
little bit.
a little bit before that. I'm far newer at it, but like horror. So I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on our chat because I've always been a huge fan of horror. And I've always wanted to play horror games. And the pandemic, there have been silver linings. I won't say it's been all good, all bad, but
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? There have been silver linings. And me being able to sit and play horror games with Trish as my game guide has been one of those silver linings. And I've been kind of living, I had been living vicariously through a handful of streamers I followed before the pandemic, but they weren't super regular streamers. And I never went out of my way to find horror streamers. It just wasn't something I had time to do. But like now and I don't stream games anymore, which is sad for me. I need to get back to it at some point. But like getting back to first person horror games and co-op games too. I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that like the first person horror story games are more your thing than co-op, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yes, definitely. I don't mind co-op. Just sometimes it's like harder to organize like a playtime and stuff like that
Yeah.
and whatnot. But yeah,
It's a hot mess. It is a hot mess. Especially when you're like,
so
oh, one person dropped. Oh, I forgot about time zones. It can be stressful.
so stressful.
Yeah. So I that's kind of how I started streaming myself. I started streaming Slender Man. in
Oh, wow.
April of 2020, and that's when I started. I started with the second Slender Man game.
Ooh, I don't think I've played though.
The first one is
I don't
not
think.
worth your time.
Okay,
But the second one
gotcha.
was kind of cool. It's fun. You can't die. I don't remember. I don't think you can die. I think it's called Slender the what oh shoot, what's it called? Slender the Arrival. That's what it's called. Slender the Arrival.
Yes.
That's the
I've
second
heard of that.
one.
Okay.
And honestly, like it was like the perfect beginner game for me to stream because it's like low, low computer processing. It was perfect. The computer I had that I started streaming was like, I don't even know how it was streaming, to be honest. It is like a miracle, to be honest.
Like
But
a little baby
it
or a
was,
little old man.
yeah, it was a little Acer laptop, and it was.
Oh my gosh, a laptop. That's even better.
Well, I actually still
I
stream from
love
a
that.
laptop. This is actually a
Oh,
laptop.
do you really? That's amazing.
So I actually got an Alienware in 2020.
Oh, that's Alienware rules. That's what our computer is too.
Yeah.
I love it's so good.
I
They're
will say I have a couple complaints. However, for the most part, it has done me very well. I don't want to talk badly about her in front of her because I don't.
Yes.
Her name is Ripley. Her name is Ripley.
Nice.
Yes.
That's perfect because it's alien. Yeah, I love that.
And
Very nice.
I had to have all alien,
Nice.
literally like xenomorph wallpaper. It's nothing, have to have that.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. So I love learning about like why somebody starts streaming. And so one thing that I love about your content on Twitch is that not everybody is good at talking to themselves, and you are exceptional at talking to yourself. And I think that's why.
Thank you.
And I think that's why it comes as no surprise to me that you were on a podcast. Like it is so natural, and you just keep talking, and I'm like, wow, you are so good at this. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you here, because I think that your visibility is kind of low, and I'm like, please, everybody, just go love on Witch of the Wood because
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
because I legitimately do. I legitimately
thank
do
you.
love that. And so anyway, so next down the list kind of when it comes to the things that we want to talk about. Oh, Trish, you never changed it. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's only been 30 minutes. She didn't change the category to just chatting. It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine.
Yeah. I've done that so many times.
Yep. Also, I missed a follow as well. I'm not sure how to say your name. I'm going to go with Shifu because
Yeah, I think it's Shifu.
I'm going to
Kaizen.
better job than me. Thank you for your follow. And so I wanted to ask you because and I think that a lot of people on Twitch, we have a lot of different identities, like how we like identify ourselves, streamer versus musician versus content creator. So I kind of wanted to pick your brain on that a little bit. How do you kind of identify yourself in terms of this space?
I guess I feel more like just streamer because I'm really bad with like the content creation aspect. I get really distracted. I get really overwhelmed.
Fair
And I
enough.
forget to like do things and whatnot. So I feel personally that like I'm more just streamer and whatnot. Like I'm really bad at remembering to make clips. I try really hard. I recently changed my schedule and I'm hoping that that's gonna help. I used to do Fridays and Saturdays, and now I'm doing Thursdays and Fridays because I need the weekend. Like
Right?
work is so crazy that I'm like, I need the weekend.
Yeah.
I love streaming, but like it can feel like a little bit like a job, like a good job, like it's a job you love. Like I love doing it. I love it so much, but like you sometimes get a little sleepy afterwards and whatnot. So it's like I want the weekends.
Yeah. That exact thing happened to me. My original schedule was Friday, Saturday when I started. Like literally same exact situation.
Wow.
And so I was on Friday, Saturday, and then I was like, that's too much. But also I was not doing anything else. So I was like, maybe I should like spread it out a little bit. And so I had the same exact thing happen. I was like, nope, I need my weekends as I started to pick up more digital work and things, because everything kind of shifted a year ago too, you know, like depending on
Yes.
what field you work in, what type of industry you work in. Like I ended up accepting a lot more digital work, and I was like, oh crap, like I'm sitting in front of a screen now as if I have a 9 to 5, and then on top of that, you know, streaming another 3-4 hours. So
Exactly.
yeah, it can be a lot. But you segued perfectly into my next question. Thank you, experienced podcaster. But how do you think
Okay.
streaming has affected your mental health positively?
Positively,
Yes.
I guess just like the people that I've met, like for sure. Like I know I keep saying this, but like it's really nice, like all the connections that I've made. Like for instance, like meeting like Bunny, for instance, and finding out that Bunny and I are from like this pretty like Bunny lived in my state and I
Oh
lived in
wow.
Bunny's state, and then now we're both in Canada and stuff, and like
Huh.
just like meeting people from all over the world too is really cool, and like I really like that, and like being able to see so many people's like viewpoints and what they're good at and what they're passionate about. I really like it.
Yeah, and that's I didn't know that Bunny was also from like the same area, and then also now I mean I knew she's in Canada now,
Yeah.
but
So
that's
like
wild.
Bunny I think is from Oregon, and I'm from Utah, and like Bunny lived in Utah for a little while and I lived in Oregon for a little while. So it's like
Huh.
also that like switch, and now yeah, we're both in
That is
Canada.
fantastic. And yes, Bunny is here. I never said hi to you, Bunny. I'm so
Hi,
sorry.
Bunny.
I'm so sorry. I also asked Bunny to be on an episode in May. And so she'll be on the schedule for a
That's
chat in May.
exciting.
Yeah, I have my list is so long. Like it has been so hard to prioritize people. It's like
It's
it's like an insult to some people on my list that I could have it's impossible to like play fair because I
it
want to ask
is.
everybody. And then it's like it every single week passes and I'm like I go to the next person, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm booking June now." And it's like I don't know. It's just
That's amazing though.
it's
Like
out
that's
of
really
hand.
cool.
And so it's a crazy world. Like I can't dad, you're on the list for Father's Day, okay? I I haven't done June yet, but I was legitimately thinking, Dad, we should do a Father's Day episode.
That'd be
And
so sweet.
we should
That would be so
also
sweet.
and then my mom should come and we should do a Mother's Day one, even though that won't be a Friday. My mom should get special like a Monday, like Mother's Day Monday or something. That's what I'm
That would be really sweet.
yeah. My mom doesn't even
I
know that
really
yet. I haven't even told
She knows now.
she knows now. But me and
Surprise, mom.
yeah, surprise. But I told my dad I had that idea a while ago. And he was like, "But I don't know what I'm doing." I'm like, "You don't have to. Trish is still gonna mod. You just gotta
I
look
don't
pretty."
even know what I'm doing. Come on.
Me
Um,
either.
None of us do. It doesn't matter if we
No.
do this professionally or on the side or like literally we may have a little bit more knowledge about tech things here and there, but like it's nobody knows.
It's true. It's true. It's very much that fake it till you make it thing. Like I used
Yes.
to think that was such a sham, and then I was like, oh no, it's so real. It's
It's
so real.
it's so real. If you have the confidence to tell people that I am a professional streamer, they believe you. And then dumb things happen. And you're like, I am profesh. I promise.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fake
That's
it
what
till you make
makes
it.
me professional.
Exactly.
If shit goes the more shit that goes wrong, the more professional I am.
And well, it shows that we know how to fix it, which is professional.
That's true. It's true.
It's when you don't know how to fix it, I think, that kind of shows your cards.
That's true. That's true.
And so one of the other things I wanted to talk about with you are what do you feel are the more negative things, basically mental health wise, that have affected you since you started streaming?
I think I am not alone in this, but like comparing yourself to others is really, really hard to shut down. I try like really hard to like not, especially because like it's like I'm not doing this as like I'm doing this more casual. Like I want to build a community, of course. and whatnot, but like it is something that I'm doing more for fun. And so like it's remembering that aspect. It's like I'm not doing this professionally. Like I'm doing it to build something, but also have fun with it. Stop comparing yourself to others. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's an issue IRL too, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it
true.
that's something that comes up for me constantly. I think I was ranting about it last night for some reason. I don't remember why I was talking about it, but it definitely, when it comes to streaming, is like, depending on your genre too. You want to compare yourself to people in your genre, but you also tend to compare yourself to people outside of your category as well.
Exactly.
And it gets overwhelming, and you're like, well, I'm not that person. So how do I be unique but also stay relevant? Yeah, that is one of the harder mental health issues, I think.
Absolutely.
I deal
And
with
like
that.
it's also nice to like not know that you're alone in it too. Like I think that that also kind of like helps to like fight it.
Yeah.
If
And
that, yeah.
the ultimate irony is that I did my makeup like you today, so everybody can
I
compare
noticed.
us. Not on purpose, not on purpose, but like I was just like, I'm gonna do my makeup in honor of Witch's dots today. And like
Yay.
the nice little mauve lip, and then you literally did the same thing, and I was like, yes.
It was so funny. I saw after I had already done it and I was like, oh well.
Trish will
It worked.
confirm. I did my makeup how I normally do it, and then I was sitting at my vanity just like scrolling, and
Mhm.
I'm like, don't mind me, I'm just stalking Witch real quick to see how she does her dots.
But then we had to go through her closet as well to find the
Yes.
perfect witchy outfit. So the witches do
I
it
love
better
it.
shirt just seems
Yeah.
like the most appropriate
Yes.
thing.
I love it so
Yes.
much.
And also,
I like,
my necklace says witch too, but you can't see it.
oh, that's so awesome.
I
I
went
love it.
really, really, really. I just went on the head today. I didn't go.
I'm obsessed.
I didn't go passive witch. I went full AHS coven witch.
I love it so much. I saw your hat and I like considered because I have like a wide brim fedora
Yeah.
and I also have like a bowler hat and I was like, I wonder if I should. But then I was like, I don't want to have to like try to figure out like earbuds instead of like headphones. So
Yeah, I always run with earbuds, so but either way it's a lot. It's like hair and
it is.
earbuds and a hat. It's a lot sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
But this isn't on my list of questions, but what inspired the eye dots on your makeup?
So Drag Race.
Yes. Trish said yes too.
So I remember watching UK season 1 and I was obsessed with Crystal's makeup
Okay.
and so I was like I always do like the wings. Like that's just like I've always done wings. And whatnot and I kind of like wanted to do something a little bit different. My husband brought over my Lady Dimitrescu hat.
Yes. Yes. Fantastic job,
Um,
Kilometer Davis. Thank you so much
Wait
for
really
the
fast. I'm
matching
just gonna
hats.
put it on for a sec.
Yes.
There we
Yes.
go.
This will be the thumbnail. I'll have to take a screenshot of this because this
No, I can't hear.
this
Oh, wait,
is
hold on.
I
It
was,
didn't work with the headphones.
No, I was just
I
like I was like this will be the thumbnail. Oh, no,
Amazing.
that's fantastic.
But yeah, and so I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different and like I'm like not like super great at makeup. Like I'm okay. Like I'm fine. I know that like I could do like wings really, really well. Like and stuff, but like which I know like a lot of people struggle with. So I'm like that's my like really good makeup thing that I can do is my wings. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. And then I remember seeing her dots. And so I kind of was like, I'll try that out.
No, I love it, and I have seen it only in a couple places that I loved it, so I was interested to see if this would be one of them, but I don't remember what music video it is. But Pink is one of my favorite singers, performers of all time, and there is a music video where she does the dots. And
Oh, really?
I'm totally blanking on what music video it is, but I was curious to see if it would come up. But yeah, we love drag in this house. Friday nights. I always tell everybody like you will not find me on Twitch on Friday nights. while Drag Race is airing because we watch it live like boomers.
Nice.
It's fine.
Very nice.
We watch one thing live, and it's Drag Race. So it's, I kind of miss it being on Mondays, but it is what it is.
Friday's rough. Yeah, because we watch wrestling on Fridays, and it kind of like, it doesn't go up on Crave, which is like which is the Canadian like streaming site. It doesn't go up until like 9:30 Eastern, which is like 30 minutes before wrestling starts. And so like, it's like, I don't have enough time to like watch.
Yeah.
I'll wait until after, and then, yeah.
I pay for an entire live TV streaming app just because of Drag Race.
Amazing.
I literally pay for Sling just so I can watch Drag Race on VH1. Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean,
did you see the cast for the winners season?
I did. I know
Very
Trish is not
excited.
super into it, but I'm kind of in the middle of it somewhere.
Listen,
What?
So
Shea
what?
Coulee is on TV again. That's all that matters to me.
I also love Shea Coulee.
I feel the same about
Oh.
Raja. I love Raja. I adore Raja. But
I like Raja
But
a
here's
lot.
my thing about. I'm gonna put my hand in the screen because I can't put my camera. So here's
Yeah,
my
her
thing.
camera's not in this scene.
The day before it was announced, I said to one of my best friend Kayla, I'm like, listen, the next season of Drag Race is about to be 10 queens, no eliminations for like 27 weeks because of just how long this current season has been dragged out. Then they announced all
I'm
winners,
so tired.
and it's 8 queens with no eliminations. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
Wait, there's no eliminations?
There's no eliminations for the all winner season.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, from what I've read, there are no eliminations this season. Yeah, right. So I'm like,
RuPaul needs to be stopped. RuPaul needs to be stopped. I love Drag Race, but RuPaul needs to be stopped.
Agreed.
Oh.
But I have a question though. So
Put her in a home.
you are watching this current season, yeah?
Yes.
Who are you team? Who do you want to take the crown?
For season 14.
I know. I'm torn.
I'm very much Willow and Bosco.
Who's the other 3? I've already
Camden,
forgotten.
and-
Angeria,
and
Camden,
Angeria.
and Diabetti.
Oh yes. See, I'm stuck between Willow and Camden.
I started
I
the
love
season
Camden. Camden very
as-
much blew me away, but like,
Yeah. Camden stole my heart at the Moulin Rouge. Camden, between that and the Freddie Mercury runway that
Yes, the
she
Freddie
did,
Mercury.
that was
I'm
so.
like,
I screamed.
Yes. Y'all, we just went on a whole Drag Race diatribe. It's fine. Everything's fine. And so one day we will come back to this and be like, who won? Whose teams were we on? Yeah, I don't know. I
would be happy with any of the 5 winning. I'm not gonna lie.
For sure.
Yeah.
I would
For
be
sure.
happy with any of them.
Agreed. I love all of them. I'm more Bosco and Willow.
Yeah.
It's like okay, so there's 5, so that's 20%. So like those 2 have like 22% each, and then the rest or whatever. I can't do math.
Yeah.
That was already more math than I would have done.
Same.
So you're fine. No, but I enjoy drag race, and I've followed so many drag queens who have not been on Drag Race. Because I always hear that, from people like, oh yeah, you're into drag culture because you follow all the drag queens that are on Drag Race, but like, who else do you support? And it's really made me go like searching on Instagram, and I don't know if you watch Dragula or not, but
I love Dragula.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yes.
They're finally adding seasons 2 and 3,
Mhm.
and they are remastering season 1 for
saw
Shudder.
that.
I'm so excited.
yeah, we haven't watched
I'm so
season 3
excited.
actually,
But
but
I haven't because
I
I
haven't
was going to
watched.
boycott it if who I wanted to win didn't win. So
yeah.
Oh, no.
we're fine. We can watch
Who?
it. But
Oh, okay.
Who was it?
for
Who do you
the
want?
this past season, like the one that just aired, that they brought 2 queens back from the past of Dracula.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The winner. I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
I was gonna say I don't want to be spoiled either. Actually,
the person that I wanted to win won.
okay, and I don't know
Yeah.
who that is. So
They were from a previous
Just
season.
DM Witch if she wants to know, because I don't want to know.
That's
I know who it is. I know
Yeah.
who it is. One of those queens I ended up finding out was in like this scene band called like Blood on the Dance Floor, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
So
been-
weird.
Yeah.
So weird. What another life.
Yeah, MySpace life, basically.
And he has done
Exactly.
so many interviews, like even before they were on Dragula again, the Dahlias who we're talking about.
Yes.
Before they even were on this last season of Drag Race of Dragula again, they have done so many interviews about. I can't think of what the lead singer's name of Blood on the Dance Floor was.
Davi. Or
Davy,
Davy.
yes,
Davy.
Yeah, one of the
something
two.
like that. But just all of the shady things and stuff that were going
Awful
on back
person.
then, and it's been really interesting. I started going down that rabbit hole when a lot of that stuff came back out to light in the last year, and it really is like a whole other lifetime ago. It's
Yeah.
so wild.
Bananas.
Speaking of lifetimes ago, What?
Beautiful segue.
what was your gateway into horror? Whether it's books, movies, games, whatever. What was your gateway into horror?
Okay, so as a kid, I was terrified of everything. Like I was literally terrified of everything. Every single night when I went to bed, I would literally jump across like the room into bed because I was afraid of something under the bed. Like I was afraid of everything. And like I remember kind of like being like very interested in like horror stuff, but I was like so afraid of it. And I remember like there was like because I went to Catholic school and whatnot, and there was like a youth group thing that we did where we had like a big sleepover and we like at the church, like in like the little meeting house or whatever. And we got to like stay up and watch like horror movies, and they brought like Scream, Blair Witch, The Haunting,
At church?
Poltergeist 3
What the
and
hell?
stuff.
That's
So
interesting.
yeah, and they also showed us What Lies Beneath, which is
I love
way
that.
too sexy for
Agreed. Yes.
for teens at Catholic youth group to watch.
Wow.
Yeah, and so like I remember just being like absolutely terrified and whatnot. But I was still super like interested. Like I remember there were like Blair Witch books, and I checked one out of the library and I like read it, but like I like read it really fast. So because like I was just like didn't want anything to get me at night.
Fair.
And then I remember Halloween was on TV once when I was like 14, and I was just like I kind of like this, but like I was still really scared of it. And then they would also show like Fox like the regular Fox TV show like channel
Mm-hmm.
would also like Friday nights would show like really edited horror movies, and so I remember watching Valentine and Scream 2 frequently. And so I'd be like, okay, like I can do this. And then I think that like what really kind of like snapped was I started watching all the Halloween sequels on AMC like every Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And then uh Sleepaway Camp 2 kind of just like really pushed like it, and then I was like, okay, I want to watch more and stuff,
That's
and just,
incredible.
yeah. And now I'm just like everything. Nothing scares me anymore except some video games, but
Yeah, video games are incredibly immersive.
Yes.
And so that's
especially first person.
yeah, they're incredibly immersive, and I think that's why I love playing them. It's like the only thing that might scare me is a video game, and like playing like Devour with those jump scares, and playing like Ghost Exile has some really crazy jump scares too. And so like that's like the only thing that can scare me at this point, because I'm kind of desensitized to horror movies. In a lot of ways, unless it's like I don't do like the torture porn categories. No.
No, not really big on those.
So
Like-
oh, go ahead.
No, that was it. Yeah.
I was just gonna ask, like, so that's the movie part. So when did you get big into reading horror then?
So like I'm not really sure. Like I think that like I had always kind of like read just like general fiction, and I read like a little bit of like true crime and stuff like that. Um, I remember, I think like my first like real horror book, other than like the Goosebumps, like I read like a couple Goosebumps as a kid and
Mm-hmm.
the other ones, but like I think American Psycho was like my first real like horror book that I read, and then I kind of just realized that I hadn't really read that much horror, and I just decided like fuck it, like I need to read more horror. And so in the past few years, like I've tried to like add it in more and more
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So yeah.
And so for anybody who is not aware of Witch's content, basically she can read anybody under the table. I don't know how you read as much as you read. All I know is that it is goals.
Thank
Uh
you. I was just checking. Yeah, I'm at 33 for the year.
it's April 15th, ma'am.
And I had a really rough March. Like I think I only read 8 books in March.
Only, ma'am. No, it's incredible. It's really incredible. And you literally are goals. What does that
Oh,
mean?
thank
Read.
you.
Yeah, like I have a goal to read 20 books this year.
That's amazing. No, I love
Yeah.
that. Like just reading a singular book a year, I think is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Yeah, 33
yeah.
books is incredible. I'm dumb. No, listen, I also read Goosebumps when I was young too. And so like that was pretty much the extent. I read some Dean Koontz while I was in college. And then I did not read for like a decade. And
Oh, wow.
and so yeah, Beta's book club kind of jump started the fact that I missed reading, but also I was at a place, and I'm still in that place, is that I suck it up and I buy the physical book because I need to be able to step away from the screens. It's one of the tools in my pocket that I just don't pay attention to anything. I might read for 2 or 3 hours on a Saturday and never look at my phone.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's huge.
it is huge, especially for somebody who lives on content creation. Like
Hmm.
I have to be able to put down the books. And so I think 20 might happen eventually. But House of Leaves has kind of thrown a whole mess into that because now
It'll do that.
I've only read
House of
3
Leaves.
books this year because I haven't finished House of Leaves yet. And so I know I'm
You're
so
close,
close.
though.
I'm close
You're
to the
so
end
close.
of the
Oh,
narrative.
I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited.
And so I believe that House of Leaves is your favorite book of all time. Yes.
It's one of them, yeah.
Okay.
Like it's up there.
So what are
Uh,
then? Let's say what are your 5 favorite books of all time?
Okay, let me pull. I have like a list.
Please, I have a
Just
list of
because, like,
favorite
I'm, like-
movies for the same reason. I have to have a
I
list.
like I can't like I was thinking about that like earlier. I was like, I don't know if I could do like because I was like, oh, like that's my favorite movie. That's my favorite movie. And it's like most of the time, like I have like a set like 3 or 4 that I'm like, that's for sure, 100%. But then there's so many other things movies that I'm like, that's definitely favorite.
Yeah.
I have to have like categories.
Yes, me too.
Um,
It's like every genre of horror movie. I have a different 5 favorites.
Yes. Okay, so favorite books: The Exorcist,
Mhm.
House of Leaves, Less Than Zero, um, Gone Girl, Autobiography of Red, which is absolutely incredible. I think more people need to read it. It's so good. It's like written more like in prose.
Oh.
It's kind of like a mix of mythology and like real life. It's so good. It's so good.
Interesting. And the
It's amazing.
only one I've read fully in that list is The Exorcist. And I actually we had a book club meeting on it. I think we were both in it, but I had never seen the movie like as an adult back to front. Like I had seen the
Oh my
whole
gosh.
movie, but like just it had been so long.
And bits and pieces, probably.
Yeah. And so I read the book. I very much enjoyed the book. And I was like, oh my God, now I know why this is one of Witch's absolute favorites. So I'm glad that it made your list today.
Yes.
And because I really, really enjoyed it. And then we rewatched the movie in book club. And I was really kind of sad. I was like, oh, the book is just so much better.
It is. It is better.
But here's what I love is that Witch gave me a really lovely recommendation. She's like, if you loved the book, you need to go watch The Exorcist 3 because it's actually the sequel, the direct sequel that the guy wrote. And
Yep, exactly.
now that is on my forever movie list.
Such a good movie.
So good. It's so good.
And it was on TV again the other day, and it's going to be one of those movies where if it's on TV, it's going to be on the TV. Like, because it's like Brad Dourif, he's just,
Love him.
He's captivating. Like,
so good.
He's
so good
good
at everything.
Yeah.
Just everything. Like Deadwood, he's so good. Like I really
See,
like
I didn't
him.
even know he was in Deadwood. I only briefly
Yes.
I only briefly got into it, and I don't think I saw him in it because I think that I watched.
Or you didn't realize. I
Maybe
feel
I
like
didn't
he was
realize
in like
it.
the pilot. Maybe you didn't realize. I don't know.
Maybe. I
can't
don't know.
remember.
It was a long
I know he
time
has
ago.
facial hair.
Maybe it fooled me. I think it
I
was
don't know
when
if
it
you
was
would have
on.
known that was him.
When did it air? What year did it air?
Oh, 2000.
Right. That might be more of what it was, is that I wasn't really terribly cognizant of what Brad Dourif looked like at the time. So, that's my
true.
guess because I totally should have been on my radar. I'm like depressed at myself. Like, how dare? how very dare.
But now you have like the opportunity to like actually see him. and stuff.
That's true. But yeah,
And
I
be,
would
like, and the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. The like,
yes.
I did the face wrong.
It's forever here on this VOD now. So I
Yes,
also
Lord of the Rings.
yeah, and so like I had a couple other like little, these aren't like deep dive questions, but if anybody goes to your link tree and they look at any of your socials, they're gonna see a lot of David Lynch references. And so that's my question is, why David Lynch? Like I also am a fan of a lot of his work, but I just like, I feel like there is like an extra step of like obsession with him and his work for you. And so that's why I'm asking. I'm like, why? When did it start? How did it happen? Honestly.
So the friend that introduced me to Bret Easton Ellis, who wrote like American Psycho and my other favorite book, Less Than Zero, he lent me Eraserhead. And I'd heard of like Twin Peaks, and like I think that I tried to watch it, but like I didn't quite like get it. And or I didn't have like the mental capacity for it. It was probably a mixture of both. And I watched Eraserhead and I was just like, yes, this is my shit. I fucking love it. It's so weird. It's so bonkers. It like it makes me uncomfortable, but like in the best way. And I like, yeah. And then I finally got into Twin Peaks, especially when I watched all of season 1 and 2. I don't really like season 2.
I don't know anybody who does.
I will still watch it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like when season 3 came out, I like kind of did like a huge deep dive. I rewatched the entire series. I watched The Missing Pieces plus Fire Walk with Me.
Yeah.
And just kind of like got into it. I read the books. I don't know. I just really, really like it a lot. Season 3 is maybe my favorite TV series ever.
Really?
It's so good.
I never finished it. Shh, don't. It's fine.
It's so good. It's so good.
I was loving it, but I was having a really big issue with how they aired it.
Oh, that makes sense.
It was being aired like a movie every whatever night it was. I think it was Saturdays or Sundays.
He considers it a movie.
And
he
so
considers it like an 18-hour long movie.
Literally, it was being aired in 2-hour slots. And some of it is so slow. I'm like, I want to love this. Lord help me. I want to love this. Like because I love the original. I love Twin Peaks, and I do adore it. And everybody feels the same way about season 2. And so I was like, I want to love season 3. And I know I forget his name. Was his name Spike? That the little person character. No, not Spike. That's not right. It's something along those lines though. There's
the killer, or no, the arm.
Not the arm. The little person who is a killer.
Okay, yes.
I forget his name.
Yep.
I forget his name in the series.
I can't remember it either.
I went with Spike, and I don't know why. I don't know. But I actually know him. He was a musician in a band that I worked with, and was in. And he lived in California for a long while. Then he lived in Michigan for a long while, and then he went back to California. And
That's so cool.
Yeah, his name is Christoph, and he's a really lovely fucking person. And we're still friends on Facebook. He'll check in with me every once in a while and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And
That's
he
incredible.
was in Twin Peaks, and I'm like, I'm a shitbag of a person because I never finished the season that I know somebody in. Because I couldn't get
Matthew
past
Lillard's in it.
I know. And I'm a huge Matthew Lillard fan.
He's so good.
I love him so much. And I got to meet him, and I love him so much. Yes.
I heard
And
he's really nice.
he was okay. He was a little creepy because he knew he could get away with murder because I was fangirling. So
Oh, gotcha.
he could see I had a shirt that was like cap sleeves, so you could see that I have tattoos, but like not all of them. And so he was like, "Oh, like what other tattoos do you have?" And I was with my sister, and she starts going like, "Oh yeah, she has them on her shoulders and whatever." And he goes, "Can I see them?" And he turns me around and starts unzipping my shirt. He started unzipping the back of my shirt.
No.
And I'm like, "Oh, what do I do?" Like I was like literally like, what do I do? It's Matthew Lillard. Like, oh no.
Oh no.
Talk about an awkward situation.
Seriously. Oh, that's
But he
sad.
wasn't being creepy, but it was like inherently creepy because he knew, like, because I was fangirling. So he knew that I don't know. It was this weird sense of like, well, I'm clearly a big fan of yours, so you could probably kind of get away with murder here.
Gotcha.
And Tay was looking at me like we walked away from that situation. She's like, I have never seen you fangirl so hard in your life. And I'm like, I don't think I have either. Like, and so, yeah, that's my Matthew Lillard story.
Wow.
Yeah, that was at a con that was local in Michigan here. So you broke his nose? No, I would never. But yeah, I never finished the Twin Peaks thing, but I do need to. I'm sure it's still on HBO. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way they took it down. I've actually told
No.
Trish recently that we should watch Fire Walk with Me. I think she would. It's a really lovely standalone
Oh,
film.
I love Fire Walk with Me. Oh my
Same.
God.
Yeah.
Chris Isaac is incredible. I love him so much.
Yeah, it's an experience, and you don't have to have seen Twin Peaks, although it is a giant spoiler for Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I told Trish. I'm like, I want to watch it with her because I think she'd really enjoy it. But if you know it already, then it kind of ruins what you find out in the TV show. So
It's true. It's true. It also does help with a couple things in season 3.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's actually good
it does
to
help
know.
with that. It introduces Philip Jeffries, who's integral to season 3 as well. So
That's
yeah.
actually good to know. I didn't intend on having a whole conversation about Twin Peaks, but here we are. I mean, maybe I should have
I
kind of counted
will
on that.
always discuss Twin Peaks. I love it so much.
Yeah, I used to want well, I now have an owl tattoo. It means something different, but I always
Ooh.
wanted an owl tattoo because of Twin Peaks. I ended up getting an owl tattoo because of my mother, but I digress. I did for a long time want specifically like an owl tattoo because of it. But yeah, Twin Peaks was a game changer on network television. Like
I'm sure.
it aired in 91, and if y'all go back and watch season 1 and then realize this aired on ABC on like prime time network, like Friday night or something, probably not Friday night actually, but it was a prime time, weeknight. It's huge. Felis has a good question. If you had to cancel the original or the new one, which would you cancel and why? Oh,
That's so mean. Because like you can't you like
you need one.
you need the original.
Yeah.
Like you do need the original or the second one doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I couldn't cancel the second one. I couldn't do it. I love
No.
Dougie.
No, it's a very hard question.
So hard. Oh,
I didn't get to
So
all
good.
of. Okay, so we have hit an hour, and I know you're streaming like at 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
like everything pretty much set up and ready to go so that I can just like hit
Groovy.
ready.
So one final question to kind of wrap it all up. What was your first tattoo, and why did you get it?
My first tattoo was my Tree of Gondor.
Oh,
Um, I got it started on tattooing really late. I think I was, see, because it's now officially 10 years.
okay.
So 24, 23? I don't remember. I'd wanted like full sleeves like for ever and ever and whatnot. But like my dad was like very much like, if you do that, like I'm not gonna like whatever. Like my dad was very much like, oh, tattoos, you're gonna regret it, blah blah blah. And so yeah, and I had planned on just getting like all book tattoos.
Nice.
And so I was like, oh, like Tree of Gondor, like I love Lord of the Rings, I love the book series, I love the movies, etc. So yeah.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I decided to get that in the last minute there because I have my so I only have my arms, basically my upper arms covered. I have stuff on my shoulders too. But that's, other than my wrists and my hands, I don't really have anything else. And I've been wanting a chess piece for a million years, and I
Yes.
finally booked it. Last time
Oh, that's so exciting.
I booked it for September, and I wanted to tell you that you're kind of a part of the inspiration of that because
Oh my God.
whenever, because people are, I don't know, people are strange sometimes about chess pieces, but at the same time, like having people in, not in our inner circle, but you know what I mean? People you can just reach out to and kiki with, that have
Yeah.
chess pieces and kind of represent the same type of, person that you are. It helps boost your confidence in the fact that I don't feel weird about now having scheduled that, and like I don't feel insecure about it anymore, and I
Oh,
wanted to
that's
share with you
awesome.
that you're kind of a part of that. So
Oh
just
my gosh,
thank you
that's
for
so
being awesome.
exciting.
I can
Oh, thank
also
you.
I can confirm
Oh,
that after every book club meeting, if your tattoo was visible, she was like, "God, I just really want my chest piece." This is before she booked it, and then when she booked
it's
it, it
so,
continued like, "God, I can't wait for my chest piece because yours is so
It
beautiful."
is.
Every
thank you.
time,
Oh my gosh, it's so
every
funny.
time.
So I like my tattoo artist. He's so great. I really like him a lot. Um, I like I went in because I was originally gonna get it like right here where like my moth is.
Mm.
And then like the week leading up to it, I was just like I was talking to my husband and I was just like I kind of want to do it as a chess piece instead. And I like was like I have like these bats on my wall and so I was like placing them and like being like yeah, I do. And so I when I went in, I was like, "Hey, is it okay if we change it to this?" And he was like, "Yep, totally fine. Let's do it." And stuff.
That's amazing. And anything
It
with
was
like the
awesome.
wings works really well. And
It
I'm
does.
going to be doing a goat and a skull and kind of going like
Ooh.
full Capricorn theme with it.
Love it.
But also with
Love
some
it.
florals because my artist is very into floral design
I love
stuff.
florals.
Yeah,
I love
I don't
florals.
have a lot of it. It's kind of here and there because she's spooky also. So she's like I'll be like I want a skeleton key and then but also, just put whatever you want into it. And so my skeleton key is full of leaves and spiders because
Love
she's
that.
because she's spooky. So when I tell her or when I told her, I guess, that I want a Capricorn like a goat skull with the horns out and then, kind of deep diving into astrology and tarot and that kind of stuff, like go full spooky Capricorn kind of thing. So yeah, that's in
Love that. I'm
September.
so excited for you.
Me
I'm so
too.
excited. I
Thanks.
I'm planning on I'm planning on getting like another one soon. Like I was planning for like my birthday, treating myself and stuff. So I'm like, yes, excited.
Yeah, I
So
don't have a
excited.
reason. Mine's just in September. I just
Yeah, no,
yeah.
normally I don't. Most of mine I usually like just like walked in and was just like, can I get this?
Yeah. Yeah, with my artist, it's crazy. Like she'll have like almost a year wait list. Like
Oh my
I
God.
went to get my owls done on this arm in October,
Hmm.
and we were talking about how she literally can't open her books anymore because like you have to just know her now. because
my God.
she's gotten some virality. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram.
Yeah.
So like she's
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Good for her.
yeah, she's doing so good, but it's like, well, I love that for you, except I can't
don't
get in
love that
now.
for me.
I
That's
don't
true.
love that for
That's
me.
true.
Ooh.
But at least like she's like really chill with like at least fitting in people that she knows and
Yeah.
stuff.
Exactly. And while I was there, I was like, can we just book it now? And she's like, that's literally in September. I'm like, let's do it. I don't even care. Let's just do it. Because if I came home and waited a week or a month or 2 months, it would have been 2023 by the time.
Exactly.
So I'm like, damn, I'm glad. But anyway, I have overstepped our 1 hour boundary, but you're way too much fun to talk to because
Oh, thank you.
you're just amazing. And I just want to reiterate, like, thank you so much for taking the time to come and chat.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And
I've had so
y'all,
much fun.
I like Trish just tried to do just SO
just
Witch.
leave me alone.
It's fine. So Witch is gonna be streaming in just a little while. Also, if you want to go check out, what are you streaming tonight?
Tonight at 5 I'm streaming Martha is Dead.
Ooh. Both of us. Ooh. Martha is Dead is like working around the circle that I'm in. I think
It's a
I saw
beautiful game.
Beta
So
stream
good.
it. Saw Joy stream it. I've missed like parts here and there though, so I haven't seen the
Yeah.
whole thing.
It's like I started it 2 Saturdays ago and I really liked it, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's very spooky. I really like it a lot.
very spoopy. It's a beautiful game too.
It's so gorgeous. The graphics are incredible.
They
For
are.
like being like an indie game, incredible.
So yeah, if y'all want to go check out The Witch of the Wood. It's not Witch of the Woods. It's not Witch of the Wood. It's The Witch of the Wood. You have
Yes, it's a quote from The Witch.
Oh yeah, there it is, which I also love. I have Black Phillip all over my house.
I have a Black Phillip tattoo too.
This-
I don't know how to show it. Oh, that's Payman.
You're right. Which
there
I
we
also
go.
love that for you.
Ooh, so good.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
We could-
I have Payman from
Yes.
Hereditary.
I loved
And then I have-
Hereditary.
And then this is from Suspiria.
Oh yes. Suspiria is one that I gotta revisit. I gotta revisit the old one, and I haven't watched the reboot either.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love them both.
And this is how we ended up talking for more than an hour, because we just have all the things to talk about. We have drag, horror of every type, and also tattoos. It goes on and on.
It does.
Listen,
It does.
it's just
It's never
proof,
ending.
It's proof though that like when you find your tribe, when you find people,
True.
it's whoops, you don't want to let those people go.
No.
It's true.
That
It's
sounded
true.
so much more dramatic than it needed to be, but you know what I mean.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh, it's fine. Don't
I
make
love
Witch spit out her water. No. Okay, so you go stream. Thank you so much
Thank
for being
you.
here on our Friday Acco Taco About It. And I'll be posting it tomorrow, just this section of the stream, so that way it'll be available to rewatch as just this little hour, whatever minute long VOD. And yeah. And like I said, thank you for being here. And I hope you have a lovely, lovely stream. And I'm sure we will be talking
you.
soon.
Heck yeah.
And y'all, please go follow her. I'm going to leave the Witch command available, so you can follow her on any type of content platform you want, but she is going to be streaming pretty soon as well. So please go check her out. Also, use that dynamic follow button, which I forgot was there until just now. Should have been
Thank
saying
you
it.
so much.
You
It has
are-
been such a blast.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely. So we will be talking soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.